hello there. This afternoon you find me in the little village of Saltwood in Kent. It's early October. I found myself with an afternoon free, so I jumped on the bus to Hythe, walked up the hill to Saltwood to do a little bit of autumn landscape photography. There's a lot of open countryside as well as woodland surrounding Saltwood, and lots of trails too, and this one I'm on is looking very promising. It's a beautiful area, lovely sunny day. If you've seen a few recent videos on this channel, you'll know that I've been rethinking my lens choice for various photography scenarios, and for landscape and travel, shooting on a full frame camera, I've decided that I only need to take a 35mm prime and an 85mm prime with me, and that's exactly what I've got today. I also have with me today my little 28mm fixed lens point and shoot with a monochrome sensor, because on a bright sunny day like this is the perfect time to shoot in black and white actually, because you've got lots of strong light, lots of contrast. So black and white is a very good choice. There are some wonderful old buildings around here, lovely properties. Some of them are 500 or 600 years old, some nice Tudor timber framed properties. So if you like architecture and a bit of history, bonus. I can't resist photographing old churches and graveyards. I don't know what it is, it just makes a great subject for black and white. So there's lots of chaos in a place like this, lots of elements, so it's very tricky to find a composition that has a good balance. But it's a fun challenge to give yourself to do that. It's a good exercise actually. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to spend a few minutes wandering around and see if I can get a few shots that allow me to practice my composition skills. You've always got to keep on top of your composition skills. I really like the way the dappled light is hitting this gravestone, and it's all mossy and textured. It's beautiful, it's really coming to life. So I'm making this the focal point of my shot. I just love it. I like to create a visual hierarchy when I've got lots of elements, so lead the eye from one distinctive point to the next. That's a nice little church, but we've got to keep on moving. Lots to see and do still. And the next part of my walk takes us through a farmer's field by the looks of it. Bacon and eggs. Well, that's a nice little farm. Grange Farm, that's called. It turns out this isn't the way to the castle, but I thought I'd come up here a little bit because I'm being nosy. We're actually getting near the top of the hill now. It's a very hilly area around here, and the scenery is looking beautiful. I'm just wondering whether there are any nice lone trees in fields. Hopefully nobody's got their chainsaw out around here and chopped any down, like in some places. I think actually I'm going to go back down the hill and go past the castle because there's some woodland there, and looking at Google Earth they look like there are potentially some trees and fields that might be worth shooting. It's beautiful here, but everything's in the distance and I don't want to go walking too far away and not keep to my plans, which are to stick fairly close to Saltwood and the castle and the church. If you've ever wondered about that age-old question, why did the chicken cross the road? I have the answer. It's because there's a nice field the other side of the road with lots of interesting things to eat, worms and bugs, whereas back where it lives on the farm, it's just concrete, not much to eat other than boring store-bought food, grain. So there you have it. If you get nothing else today from this video, at least you know why the chicken crossed the road. Oh, there's a beautiful little cottage. That was a beautiful little cottage across the road from the farm where the public footpath goes through. I'm now on a bridleway here that is running by the side of Saltwood Castle. And I'm assuming that little cottage has something to do, or had something to do, with the castle in years gone by. Now, it's a private castle. It was actually owned by Kenneth Clarke, the Conservative MP from the 80s. He was on Margaret Thatcher's cabinet, or in her cabinet, on or in. He died, but his wife still owns the place. And it's not very often open to the public, and I'm wondering whether I can find a nice view to photograph it. That light is way too bright to get a decent photo from this side, and I don't think you can access the other side, so if I want to get some nice castle shots, I'm going to have to come back, well, probably really early in the morning or late in the afternoon. Either time would work, but in the middle of the day, not a good idea. I don't mind. I mean, this is an absolutely stunning little bridleway to explore. It's absolutely beautiful. The trees here are very old, very large. I'm hoping we can find one or two that are a little bit separated from the pack. You don't have a pack of trees, do you? What do you call a group of trees? Well, not a pack, is it? There are a lot of horse chestnut trees around here, and I've noticed that you're finding these conkers absolutely everywhere. There are literally hundreds on the ground. Now, what I find interesting is that when I was a kid, every chestnut tree that you went to this time of the year when they're falling, you never found any because everybody was looking for them and grabbing them and taking them to school to play conkers. But nobody seems to be doing that anymore, and they're just everywhere. That just seems like a shame. And I don't know where I am. And while I'm talking, once again, I'm lost. Can I get through here? Yes, I can. Yeah. That's a nice one as well. What a waste. The countryside around here is really beautiful, and there are lots of trails, lots of footpaths and rights of way. But the problem is the signposting is almost non-existent, so you probably need an app if you're going to explore this area. Very easy to get lost or get confused and think that you're going through somebody's private field when in fact you've got right of way. But I guess a lot of the owners don't want to promote the fact, they want to keep it quiet. So I'd recommend getting an app, and there are plenty of them. I like to get lost though, and to be honest, I know this area, I'm from this area, so it's hard for me to get too lost really. And I've got plenty of time to get lost anyway, so I kind of like this open field. It's so bright, middle of the day. It's good to come across it and make a note for future. Some nice trees up on that hill, on that ridge. Definitely a place to come back to, I think, early morning when the sun's coming up over that way. Yeah, that would be quite nice. I decided to turn around and head back to Saltwood. The route that I'm going is absolutely fantastic, but it takes me away from Saltwood to the top of the east side of Hythe. So that's fine. I mean, I'm getting the bus home from Hythe. I've got to end up there eventually anyway. But I think I'd like to spend more time in the Saltwood area and maybe explore some of these little pockets that I've walked past in more detail before I head back to the Saltwood village centre. No leaves are really changing colour yet. We seem to be 2 months behind. It is literally like summer today. Crazy weather. I'm not complaining though. I'm back to the castle, and when I was here earlier I noticed that there are some little trails that go down here into an open field, and I'm not sure. Oh, that's private there. So it turns out this is a public bridle path. I think I'll walk to the top of the hill. It's very open here. There might be some nice views, some nice trees. Spectacular views all around, but nothing particularly worth shooting, or at least not this time of the day. No, I think I'm going to go back to Saltwood now, go back, follow my tracks back. It's been about an hour and a half since I walked by here earlier, and the sun has obviously gone around, but a little bit better. So we'll take a couple of snaps. I just popped on the 85mm, and with the light where it is right now, I think I've got a couple of half decent shots of the castle. There's some beautiful yellow and red there on the leaves and the vines on one of those walls. So that's pretty nice. Well, I'm back to the village green. It was a fantastic afternoon, lovely walking, lovely weather, lots to see, buildings, nice old trees, castle. That was really nice. I've definitely got to come back and shoot that castle. But from a photography point of view, slim pickings, and I know you're going to say, oh yeah, it was the middle of the day, it was too bright. Maybe. I don't mind doing tourist shots though, but yeah, I did struggle today. Maybe it's because I haven't been out for a while doing landscapey type photography. Anyway, I've earned myself a nice cold cider or local beer, and there's a pub just there. So guess where I'm going? I do appreciate you watching and hope you subscribe, and I'll see you next time.